This is Hank from the Wildflower Bee Farm. So what I've done is I've come out and used my Instagram account, obviously, to connect with Mr. McGarry's class at St. Robert's School again, because the video wasn't great quality. So I thought we'd give this a shot on Instagram. I'm getting buzzed here. So I'm going to move to the side a little bit so that it's not as obvious. And we'll see how this goes. The hive is definitely a swarm that's moved in. It did that yesterday. We were quite excited about it because nothing had happened in this hive for over a year. Greg at Phase 2 Woodworking had built us 5 of these hives, these log hives, and they're built to sort of be the same as we see when we look at a cavity of a tree that a bee would pick in nature. Now you can see they're out there just sort of. Many of them are bringing in, we believe, nectar and water because it's too soon to bring in pollen. The queen has not built up, they have not built up any comb, or at least enough comb to start laying eggs. It usually takes a couple days, we found, on some of the others we followed. So we put some lemongrass at the front of the entrance, and I pushed in a small amount, and we also had put some comb inside the hive when we did our call with St. Robert's School at the very beginning of this whole process. You can see they're pretty mellow right now. It's pretty hot out here, which is why I had trouble with the other broadcast because my phone overheated, so we'll see how this goes. Just a couple things about swarms. This hive picked this swarm on its own, picked this spot on its own where to live. We didn't catch it and dump it in or anything. I've done that in the past. And I've been struggling with the idea of, what is natural beekeeping? What does that really mean? I think I've kind of got what it means for me, but frankly, any type of beekeeping is great. We're just going to do it a certain way, and I think in the next podcast I'll talk about that. When you look at swarm behavior, it's actually a way for the bees. I'm going to try to get a little closer. If I get stung in the hand and I drop this, I'm sorry. I know stings are good for me. They're a little itchy, right? Because they're not in a regular stream. They just swarm. They're on edge because they're vulnerable. They're not going to be creating any more new members of the family for at least 21 days. So this is what they've got. So I haven't been buzzed. I was buzzed earlier, but not yet. So let's see how long we can keep this up before the guards have had enough of me. This is attached to a spruce tree. And it's in the shade right now, which is great. I think it's going to be a great addition to what we do here. We have 5 of them, and as of today, I believe all of them will be occupied with new tenants, which is pretty exciting. I also was able to slip, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I was able to slip a sensor about a month ago, not a month, maybe 2 weeks ago, onto the bottom of this hive, so we can collect data for probably about a year before it runs out of power. Now, will we open this hive? I don't know. Probably not. We'll probably leave it to do its own thing. It'll probably swarm probably 2 or 3 times a year, and we'll see how these bees handle life in this log hive. From Greg at Phase 2 Woodworking in Nova Scotia. He's moved to Nova Scotia, so if you're interested in a log hive for your backyard, I mean, these are amazing things. You put them up and you put in the proper, a little lemongrass, essential oil, maybe if you have comb, if not, just a little lemongrass inside in the back, and you're all set to go. The swarm will find you. Might take a year or 2, and then you're in business. I'll just do a quick panoramic view of the farm. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty sunny out there. I can't see where I am. Maybe I'll go back. But everything is blooming here, with the exception of the clovers, the sweet clover. The balança clover is blooming, and so is the crimson clover. So I'm going to sign off now. This is Hank, live at the Hive. If you like this, let me know. Maybe this will be a way out. Those schools have different rules about using Instagram, and that's why we've been trying to find other methods. So you have an amazing day. Talk soon.